All right, we
Just click
alive.
here first. So,
Oh, yeah, TCG, did you want to? I bet you've
okay.
probably talked about it already, but now that I actually have a VOD going, if you
I
wanted to talk about your project.
I tried to save it my best,
Yeah,
but
go ahead. Let's
yeah.
give us the pitch.
Okay. I will, should we expect anyone? I mean, yes.
Oh, you mean like should
Yeah,
I
it's
do
already
another
late.
announcement or?
Yeah, maybe some.
And did you want to do a presentation and trying to put it on the wall or something? And I don't know if that
Yeah,
was.
we can
Is
do
there a
that.
way to do that?
Oh yeah, I guess do you have slides for your thing, or was it just gonna kind of be talking about the project itself?
I mean, I can just share my screen and put it up here. It's fine.
Okay. Here, let me go ahead and make a announcement.
We can share Chrome tabs. It's interesting. What do you guys see?
Uh-huh. Oh, I see it backwards. But I see it.
Someone try help me put it on wall or something.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Thank you, Daniel. Okay. Okay. So I'll just wait for 1 minute and then I will start. Okay. Meanwhile, you guys can. I mean, I guess Jimmy already did it, but Daniel, if you want, we can go to the XRCC public voting repo and sign up.
Hey, Imaginary.
I send the chat.
Hello.
Okay, I guess this is it. I will start with the presentation. Less the merrier. So, okay. I didn't actually prepare for presentation, but so bear with me. I just made it in 5 minutes, I guess. I will just show you the video afterwards, so it makes sense. So yeah, once again, welcome everyone to my presentation. And to give you a briefing, like XRCC is one of the organization which conducts the coolest hackathon every year. So currently, this year they are conducting the hackathon online. So anyone from all around the globe can participate in it. And I participated in it. So I will share more about it later. So first of all, about me, my actual name is Nathan Steven, and I actually currently works now at Wonderland. And I don't represent Wonderland, by the way, for this presentation. I'm just using the slides template. Sorry, Jonathan, if you're seeing it. And on Discord, you can see me as NSTCG if you want to reach out. So yeah, my project got shortlisted into finalists. Hooray. So this is something that I made. I'm obsessed with 3D printers. Like back when I was studying at my college, I had a like my college had a 3D printer, but we didn't got access to it more so often. But now that I work, I do have adult money and I can do whatever I want with that money. So I just fulfilled my childhood dreams and I just bought a 3D printer. And I print a lot of figurines. And one problem that I kind of figured while printing the stuff is it's not colorful. So we can buy a 3D printer that can print in colors, but it's so much expensive. So the cheapest option that we have is to 3D print it and color it manually. So I am I would not consider myself as a pro artist, but I'm still some sort of artist. But I still struggle with matching colors because what I'm dealing with here is something called acrylic colors. So the acrylic color they dry up very quickly. So mixing the color should be done in a very fast manner. So all this kind of thing kind of paved my idea to my project that I'm submitted for the XRCC, which is basically a 3D paint tracer assist. Okay, I'm not sure like if I should call that, but yeah, something like this. The first mixed reality, maybe first WebXR mixed reality 3D painting assistant application. So I just give you I just play the video and you can just see the trailer for the thing. This also I made it just one day, so bear with it. So here we go. Just to ensure like you guys can hear the audio.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So here we go.
Nice.
So yeah, that's it.
Oh, bravo.
So
That's a great trailer.
thank you. um, so okay, where was I? So yeah, so basically that's it. So it's a 3D overlay. So we after we 3D print a model, we basically send the 3D model to the mixed reality experience. Then we just load it. So we overlay the 3D model on top of the figurine. Then we can get a clear vision of like where the color goes, where are the lines and everything. Then we can paint on top of it. And the problem that I mentioned earlier, like the color mixing, to solve that, I just put in a Gemini wrapper around it. So it's basically a boat with a Gemini stick inside it. So the idea is in the future we can communicate it with, any just like how we do with the ChatGPT right now, with some whisper or voice to text, text to speech APIs. But unfortunately, it's quite costly at this moment. So I just stick with a prototype version with just some typing around. So basically, we can also MetaQuest has recently announced the access to the camera, so we can utilize that. So the Gemini, um, the Gemini SDK. So we send the image capture to the Gemini API, and we can chat around with it. So for example, we took a picture of like what all color do we have. Then we just ask the AI like I have these colors. Then how can I make a particular color? Then it will give you suggestion like you need to mix 50% of gray and 50% of blue, 50% of red to get this particular color. Then we use the then we do the color mixing, and still if the color is not perfect, we can still ask like is this the color that we want to paint, and it will give you feedback. No, you also need to add some sort of yellow to make it the perfect color that you want to paint. So in nutshell, like I just wanted to make a perfect assistant to help artists in painting in 3D. Okay, so I initially targeted this for figurines, but this idea is easily transferable to, moderate size sculpture or even very large sculptures. For example, we can even paint a Statue of Liberty with different colors if we have the 3D model overlay for that. So yeah, that's my project, and I highly urge you to go to the link that I sent you. The first one is for the sign up, which you can use to sign up, and then you can visit my project link. Wait a second, I have to reshare, I guess. Mm, 1 second. Share my screen. Entire screen. Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Inception. Yes.
Yep.
Exception. So you can go to the XRCC public voting.replit app/sign up. Then you have to go through a tedious process of entering your name, email, and create account, which will send transferred to your email ID, which you can use to sign in later. But after you're all done with that, you can go to the second link that I sent you to go here, which is my project page, where you can see um, the details of what I had to go through to make this project. You can read if you want. If you like it, you can vote for it because there's a category for the best community project, community voted project. So if you feel like it deserves a vote, you can feel free to do so. And yeah, that's it for my XRCC entry. So if you have any kind of questions around it or any suggestions to improve, I open the floor.
So
Uh,
how hard was it to move because it's a SLT or STL file that usually they print on printers with,
mhm.
and getting that into the headset?
Mhm.
Did you have to convert it to GLTF or something? And does that happen easily?
I think like Wonderland Engine kind of supports all standard um, 3D model formats. But for this example, yes, I did use GLB. So it's true that to get a colored 3D model, it's a little bit harder in a sense. But if you go to Sketchfab, you can find a lot of 3D model do have color and which is also 3D printable. So for now, this idea is for the domain of sculptures, like we download a Sketchfab 3D model, we send that to print, and when we also send the 3D model to this website that is ensoxr.netlify.app, which might change after a while, but ah, looks like my PC is misbehaving.
Uh-oh.
You also see the a frozen screen, right?
Yeah.
It's a good splash. That's a real splash screen. It's a good
Yeah.
one.
I mean, it's a very expensive one because it's basically a video. Sorry, I hacked it. It's not a shader.
Let's see. And
Yeah,
how long is
so
this
it's basically trying to load a 4K textured video.
how long is this event running again?
Ah, yeah. So regarding the timings, so the XRCC actually started at the November 1st, and it initial phase of the XRCC ended at 16th, and a lot of entries came through. Like for the mixed reality category itself, like there were like 52 entries. Among the 52, like they shortlisted 12 entries for the final phase, and they also gave us like a 10-day period, like from 16 to 26, to polish the project, which I also done, and then that's the final lock-in submission. So basically, it's over, and the evaluation phase it's still going on, and on December 8th, it will come into a end, and they will declare the winners. So you ask like how you transfer the 3D model. So when you enter, oh my gosh, so it's not supposed to look like this. So I do have the emulator, WebXR emulator. So it's
Mm.
picking up the emulator and it's showing the UI for the mixed reality stuff. But in fact, it should be showing the UI for a PC, which I will show you here. So if I just want to brief it, so basically we paste the URL here, then it will open a HMD link. So it will shoot your 3D model straight into your headset. So I mean, there's a better way to do it, but this is the most easiest way I could imagine of. I mean, you guys can believe, right? Like it's happening. Um, it seems like my PC is at the maximum capacity. So you guys got it, right? Like how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess that's fine.
It'd be very handy. If I had a 3D printer, I might use this actually on a regular
Mm.
basis.
So that's it. So we download the model and we open. We just mm, yep, and it's a splash screen again. So yeah, basically we put in the 3D model link and it open the HMD link. We go to Quest, then we click on Start Painting in Mixed Reality. Then we see stuff in Mixed Reality, and there is an opacity slider which you can use to increase the opacity or decrease the opacity. And of course, it's 3D, which means it can also apply to 2D domains. So if you want to paint something on your wall, you can, basically download a picture and you can stick it to the wall and you can paint there. And you can manually move around the 3D model, and you can also manually move around the, you know, what do we say it? The AA bot. And for the polish, I also added a nice little music box to keep you in that Zen mode. And yeah, in case you haven't noticed, there is also a practice mode where you on okay, yeah, in the practice mode, I will just show you in the video. So in the practice mode, you basically paint on top of a, a virtual model instead of the real one. So I also had this another idea where I make a 3D printed mount for the MetaQuest. Then I attach my brush to the controller. Then I use that to paint an actual figurine. That way, the entire skill transfer is, um, real rather than a fabricated one. But I kind of realized it's not that much efficient, so I just left it as it is. So yeah.
I do wonder if for like
Very cool.
the color matching, you would need to account for the like way that the cameras kind of I guess translate the color compared to how you'd view it with your
Okay,
eyes.
that's true. That's a good question. So there is few ways to do that. One is to give the AI a reference color. So, for example, it do see the controllers, right? So we are just
Mm-hmm.
saying the controller is off white or like
Mm.
a particular color. Then the AI can get the reference to compare the color to. True,
Mm.
the color get different. The color varies according to the lighting and everything. So of course, it won't be precisely matching, but we get an approximation with a reference color,
Mm.
and we can use the controller's colors as a reference color if you want.
I see.
it makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, I
I
guess that's it.
think it's
Any more questions?
have you,
Very
you
nice.
could obviously you could again you could mm, who made Logitech, the actual
A
pen
pen, right?
that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that would be a really good fit for this actually.
Yeah. I do wonder how
True.
much
For the
adoption
practice,
that's gotten
true. Yeah,
though,
yeah.
because I haven't heard anyone mention it in a long time, like kind of since it launched.
Yeah.
I
Simply,
think
it's
they're
because
not
it's
cheap. It's like
expensive,
$150 or something like that. Yeah.
especially for someone like me. So, but I do seen like on the previous XRCC um, there was a competition.
If
There
you
was a
if you
participant who
send them
used.
the link to your project, and maybe they'll gift you
Mhm.
one to integrate as a marketing arm. If I was them, I'd do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make a good YouTube video
Maybe.
uh, uh, promoting a
Mm.
product.
Mhm. Sure. I mean, I made this for the hackathon, so it's still in a lot of prototype phase,
hmm
but I would like to continue working on it and make it to something that's very useful for 3D painters. And yeah, maybe one day I will just ask them. Nice. So, do you have any more questions regarding or any?
That's all from me.
Okay,
I just want to throw
awesome.
out it might be a
And
good
if like,
idea to maybe adapt this for maybe actually creating assets for games and whatnot, not just 3D
you
prints.
mean texturing 3D models?
Yeah, 3D models so that you can use it in another WebXR
Mm.
experience.
Mm,
Yep, yep. That's also a good
yeah.
use case for this. But I just want to keep this, um, as focused mainly for this use case. That is helping artists paint better. But
I know
true, I mean, we could simply add a. Mhm. Yes, Daniel.
VRTeast was big on texturing models in WebXR, I remember.
Yeah, I mean, the main purpose of this application is not, making full-fledged texturing solutions for 3D models, because then I might be competing with, a lot of other people. So I just want to stick it to the
I saw
3D
somewhere in
paint
the
object stuff.
in the write up you mentioned that you use Shapes XR to prototype.
Uh, that was the idea. Like I just put it in a
Okay.
work in progress, which means I haven't. So
Okay.
the idea is like they kind of gave us a free license for this time period of the hackathon. The idea was to basically use ShapeXR to make something that we could fit around our physical MetaQuest controllers, which we can use as a mount to hold the figurines. As like you can see in the this thumbnail picture. But I didn't got that far. But it is something that is possible, yes. But it demands a lot of additional hours of work. So I just focused on things that mattered and left it. And to be frank, there's also another category on Shapes XR, uh, in which they sent out like $1,000 to whoever uses the Shapes XR for the best use case. So I was also
Hmm.
nudged by that, but didn't work out. So yeah, I guess that's it. So if you guys can spare some minute, I urge you to go to this sign up page, then go to the project page to view my project and what if you like. And thank you.
Thank
And
you. No,
yeah, if
that's
you
good.
don't, yeah, thanks.
Hmm.
If you don't mind, like I would also like to show some other stuff. Like past week, we kind of released from Wonderland side, like we publish the Vibers platform SDKs integration with the Wonderland engine. So which means you can basically, of course, you heard about Vibers, right? All of you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can make Wonderland experiences with 4 Vibers. So yeah, I hope
That's
some of you
cool.
guys will
Does
try
it
out.
does it interoperate with the other Viverse experiences? Then is it all in the same sort of? The user doesn't know which light where they're logging into or anything. They're just in the Viverse.
So regarding Vibers, like they are a type of hosting service, I would say, because each of the experiences, like they are like bubble worlds, like they have their own entire thing is contained within the user's world. So the only thing that's connecting between the worlds is two of the things. Like one is the avatars and their names. So what we are doing here is we are basically fetching the who is logged in, and we are fetching their usernames, and we are fetching their VRM avatars, and we are rigging them manually for the user.
So closer to like HeyVR's kind of model.
Exactly, but with but with additional services like avatar systems.
Mm.
And interestingly, they are also introducing some sort of monetization. I'm curious how it worked out, but it's something because WebXR is highly lacking monetization stuff. I hope Vivers can crack that part.
I think I remember they said it was like subscriptions and like some view count based compensation also,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're exploring like ad based models.
Yeah, I mean, they are also experimenting in their own way, I guess. The thing about monetization is we don't know like how it works. I mean, because I remember like there's a lot of monetization came in the past, but it didn't work out. For like example, I mean, does Sesti still alive? I mean, genuinely curious. Like
Say say it one more time.
Sesti market, like is the
It's
are they
still yeah,
still?
the platform is still there. It's just traffic's been a bit lower
Uh,
lately
okay,
than I guess kind of in its heyday.
so I think also Havia also has some sort of monetization with their um, coin system,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's like we have to find some sort of user balance, like which one user might adapt to. I mean, the only way to make money with web games is like publishing them to crazy games or pokey at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I also heard like they also pay very less recently. But yeah, I'm curious about WebXR environment and monetization and how it will turn out. But yeah, the news here is like you can make Viber stuff with Wonderland now. So break some mix.
Yeah.
And
That's nice.
yeah, also I made some grass as always.
Oh,
So yeah, this for this one I kind of used vertex shaders with Wonderland engine to make the terrains and grass. Something else I've been working on this past week is plucking deer. So yeah, with that I conclude my presentation. Thank you.
very cool.
Thank you. Clap, clap.
Clap, clap.
Awesome.
Yeah, I guess.
Well,
Oh, you go first.
I hope you win, and good luck on the eighth, man. You know, at least anywhere. I hope you place. Good for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Making
Yep.
it that far.
good luck.
Thanks everyone. I'm also hoping because I kind of think like there's not a lot of WebXR experience out there in the category. So I also be happy if some sort of WebXR experience win in this general category. That would be some sort of validation for the category itself.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
definitely.
Right.
Awesome.
Hmm.
So you guys want to share like what you've been working on this week? Something?
Yeah, I've been working on an update for my Vibers game, Grappler's Gauntlet, to add in leaderboard support. So like
Nice.
you can see
You're
like
using the
highest
Vibers
scores.
SDK for that?
This one, because I'm running my own server infra right now, I'm setting up my own game server for it.
Nice.
But yeah, I've got the flow working locally, so I just have to actually put it up onto a VPS and then push out an update. And then
Is it like only for hosting the game or also for the like multiplayer stuff if you have in
so
the game?
Vivers does have multiplayer SDKs, but because mine is like a match-based shooter type thing, I opted to roll my own infra for it. So you can just use like Cathora whenever somebody spins up a lobby. It lasts as long as that does, and then goes away. Don't have to worry about like continued hosting costs there. And then yeah, I'm just deploying like a pocket-based server on one of my VPSs, and then that'll run leaderboards, and then if I eventually implement accounts, probably there too.
Cool.
And then
Do
also,
you have any
no, you can
yeah,
you
go
can.
on.
What were you about to say?
I was just asking like do you have any proposed time of finishing the project?
Like finishing Grappler's Gauntlet or just a specific update?
Yeah. I mean, did you say to Vibers like I'm gonna finish the project in next like 4 months or something?
So I was originally commissioned to do it, and I've more or less finished the sort of commission part of it now. So
Okay.
really, I guess it's done whenever I decide to be done at this point. Which I do still have some things I want to do with it. Adding some more features. Bots is probably the biggest one there. It's also the one like area of game dev that I've like done the least with, so that should be interesting. But yeah, not quite
I'm
done
curious,
with it
like,
yet.
did you already publish it to the Vibers or
Yeah, it's been
still
live
in?
for a little bit now.
Okay, sorry, I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
But,
I submitted it to a new tab page too, but I just haven't heard anything back from Meta yet.
Do you know
is
if
the link still active?
do you know if recently they added the new stuff to the new tab page, or is it the same like for a while now?
Well, last time I talked to Mike from Vibers, he said that he would he could ask somebody who he named a specific person. So I assume this is someone's responsibility. Whether it's getting like actively prioritized is maybe another matter.
I
Yeah,
kind of
because
got a bit confused with
I heard they removed some stuff from there, like there's no longer a Moonrider there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta check that now.
I
Yeah,
met
hold on.
Diego yesterday.
Oh, nice. Where at?
He came to visit here for a while.
Oh, of course my headset's dead when I want to check the new tab page.
Sorry, TCG, you tried to say something, and
Oh, so I was saying, of course, my headset is dead when I want to check the new tab page.
yeah, but TCG also tried to say something. So ask.
What?
I actually forgot what was I asking.
So what
Yeah,
didn't you
I was
set
just
for the
asking like
game?
whether. Okay, can I go first, Pixel? It's fine.
Go ahead, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. No, I was just asking like whether the link was still active, but for the submission to the Meta new tab page.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a link in their current docs that I followed to like submit it, and it's still like that Google Forms kind of interface.
Okay, fine, fine. Just want to double check. Thanks. Pixel, I can go now.
So for that game, I think it was called Grappler's Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
That's right.
It's in the Vverse. I played it once. Can you also submit it to HeyVR, or is there some kind of exclusivity?
Um, I don't think I'm precluded from submitting it to HeyVR. I'd maybe need to double check that before I would actually do it, but I think because
For
I'm not.
maximum discoverability, that's why I'm asking. That's all.
Yeah. No, I probably should double check. That would probably be a good thing to not get wrong, but yeah, that might be
I
an
kind of
edge there.
seen like there are a lot of heavier projects that's been ported to Vivers. For example, a lot of People's game and
People's
Source
game,
Code
you
is
said?
also working on porting it. Yeah, I mean, there's this there's a time travel game that he made uh, with simple graphics and everything, which recently ported to Vivers. What was it
Oh,
called?
I don't think I've played that one yet.
I mean, the graphics is very rudimentary, but don't let it mistake you. It's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like people has good game concepts.
He, I think he's worked with some big studios before, if I'm right.
Yeah, I think Mr. Not
But yeah,
in
like
particular.
the
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
was it Mr. Not? No, it was not the Mr. Not project. Like it was something else. Like it's something about. It's a short game about a stuck in a loop. It's a,
Mm.
he names his games very weirdly, so I cannot spell it. But you can go to Vivers and you can see it
Mm.
probably in top 5 or something. But what I was trying to say was like there are a few of the games from Heavier that's been ported to Vivers. So I would say it would be bad if they kind of monopolized their games only to be there.
Huh, thinking about it, I wonder if I should put Lemon Atoll on Vibers too. That was my first ever WebXR game.
What engine did you use to create that? Was it Play Canvas, I think?
For which one? Grapplers or?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Grappler's Gauntlet, it's Play Canvas for the like client and Hathora for matchmaking, and then soon like my own Pocket-based server for the game backend. And then the actual like the round servers that get spun up whenever somebody creates a lobby is a Calisius.
Also, I'm curious, like whether you tried Play Canvas primarily for this project, or like did you had a lot of experience on Play Canvas before as well?
I done like brief explorations in Play Canvas before, like kind of like maybe 2-3 years ago. But you know, when I was like I think most of my early exposure to it first came when I was making my WebXR showcase like site where I was building up like the same project in multiple WebXR frameworks. So I made like hello worlds in Play Canvas, basically like basic movement, looking around like green plain, blue sky. Um, the Grappler's Gauntlet was the first like project that I did in Play Canvas, and that was back when the Viverse extension was like the main way to publish it there. So and James had like just showed off what he was doing with Intyrol in Play Canvas. So I was like, all right, guess I'm learning Play Canvas.
How's it compared to other frameworks you've used? Do you like it a lot?
I do like having that sort of like visual interface to be able to, you know, see the scene hierarchy and assets, kind of all that engine stuff. I like that, but I do also like a frame when I just need to like quickly bang out an idea that doesn't need to be too spatially complex, I guess. Or if it's just
Something
like
can be made with AI.
yeah, just something where it's like, okay, I just need to kind of put all these things in a single spot. They're not gonna move, and then you know, it's just like I do whatever.
I saw that needle tools now have like a tool that attached to everything that it's 3JS based and shows you the hierarchy of the 3JS scene.
Oh, they got like an
So
inspector for the 3GS stuff now.
yes, something similar like to Unity hierarchy and inspector, but for 3JS. So everything that is based on 3JS supposed to work with it. It's supposed to work with everything that work based on 3JS code. Uh, 3JS, and then you have like needle tools. Their Unity stuff is built for and based on 3JS on the web, and you have A-frame. So I guess it should work with all of those. I can look for some links meanwhile.
Yeah, I would be interested to read more about that. I hadn't even seen that.
Yeah, so go ahead. I'm still. I'll look for the links and.
Mhm. And then I also recently started a project for the Meta Hackathon thing that they're running. Building up like a 3D spatial brick breaker kind of game. And so the idea will be like the paddles. It'll probably be kind of like a ping pong paddle type deal, and you'll have to you know, bounce the ball within 3D space.
To break the brick.
Mm. Yeah, I wanted to integrate Dan Greenheck's library 3 Pinata too, which lets you do like fracture meshes. Which I thought would be a cool effect, but in my like initial attempt to kind of integrate it with IWSDK's stuff, though it just seemed to like tank performance like severely, and I'm not sure why. Maybe I need to. Maybe it will work if I like tweak stuff, but yeah. So I think I'm just gonna do like basic hits block disappears kind of mechanic to start with.
You can maybe add physics, like let them move around in.
Yeah. No, I actually
stuff.
IWSDK has Havoc physics, which I haven't actually worked with in a project before for WebXR, so that's been interesting. It is a little inconvenient that the current bindings in IWSDK don't expose like all of the available physics stuff. Like you don't get collision events in it.
Is there colliders? Cause I
Yeah,
talked
there's
yesterday with
colliders.
Ariel, and he told me that he thought that he will need like to reinvent the wheel and implement some stuff related to colliders.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, like it has a physics shape class that looks like it's wrapping the collider stuff, but like the thing I don't know is whether you can do like trigger volumes or I don't think there's very detailed constraint uh options either. And then no collision events, which made it a little annoying because in my like initial like, all right, let's start hacking something together for this. I was like, all right, I'm gonna instantiate a ball. It's got no gravity, and it'll get hit with this much force, and there's no friction, so it should just bounce around, right? But no, it loses energy on every collision. So I was like, okay, so I need to manually reset the velocity whenever the velocity changes. Uh, and then that was kind of like a whole thing. I had to write a custom script that basically is just always checking how fast the ball is going and then making sure that if it hits a wall that it keeps the same speed. So that was like a day. Now I need to actually get the brick interactions working for it.
Also, you make like a breakout game.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I had like same issues when I made like the world's demolisher with Unity. Every time I have like on collider and reset the velocity. Sometimes on those kind of games you don't want to rely on a physics engine and you want to implement your own. Sometimes it's easier to implement your own for those types of games. But in my game, I wanted like to have because it's 3D. I wanted to have physics. Like I wanted the ball to jump on some leverages and the bumps. So I did want the physics, but I wanted it to be like in a constant speed.
Mm.
Yeah, I can also relate to that. I mean, back in the days, I also wanted to make a cricket. Have you guys heard of this sport called cricket?
Yeah.
I think it's not that okay. So basically, there's a bowler who's throwing a ball, and there's someone who's hitting the ball with a bat, and it's very very hard to precisely let the bowler throw the ball in a particular way that reaches the batsman in a particular region. So yeah, I can relate to that, like having to work around the physics engine and everything.
Lots
Then
of fake
finally,
physics.
I yes, exactly. So finally, I ended up making everything, fake physics. That was much easier than manipulating the physics. But yeah.
Oh man, this just reminded me of the tennis game I was building sometime last year. I should revisit that.
Mhm.
For tennis games, like I think it was like 15 years ago. No, I no not 15, but more than 10 years ago. Like I worked with a company that made motion sensing from web cameras. They work like with Intel in their laptops and stuff like that. So they wanted like a tennis game in with like the style of the Wii tennis characters. Um, and I ended up faking most of the hits. Like I used Unity have the animation curve, So I used animation curve to like randomize between a few types of animation curves, and we um, we calculated like the bounciness of the ball ahead of time and just randomized between one of the curves. Yeah.
Funny.
Could anyone tell?
I don't know, but I think that
How would they know?
nowadays, I think that nowadays, if I did something like that, I wouldn't like ahead of time making the curves, but you know there are lots of nice tools for easing for doing like easing curves, and you have like lots of bouncing easing curves. So I probably will take um, like a function like that instead of like ahead of time making the curves by myself.
I think for my tennis game, I actually have calculations for like how it would behave from like air resistance and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. I gotta double check that. I remember I was like very satisfied with like how it felt to hit a ball,
Yeah.
and then I
Yeah.
like didn't get much farther after that.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I'm worried about, like tennis, like if you play an actual tennis, it feels heavier than holding a controller.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the reasons, like I switched from tennis to table tennis to make
Mm-hmm.
for VR. I mean, it makes sense because for table tennis, it's almost the ball is empty weight, so kind of feels almost the same to translate the skill that you make with the controllers.
Yeah, it absolutely
So
does make
Mm-hmm.
more sense. I'm just terrible at table tennis.
I'm terrible with anything that related to objects coming towards you, because like I don't have depth perception. Like I have issues with my eyes, so I don't see 3D. I see the world as a 2D. So like
Hmm,
playing games
that's
like
nice.
Beat Saber, I'm playing it by the beat and not by
Oh,
seeing
dang.
how closer the box are coming towards me, because I don't really understand how far the boxes are from me.
If you don't mind me asking, like, what's the condition called?
I don't remember the name, but there's something for like a depth, like the missing of depth perception. I can Google it for a minute. No, depth perception. Uh,
Amblyophy.
something like that. Yeah,
What was it?
amblyopia.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, amblyopia is like the lazy eye, but there's like
Stereopsis. Stereopsis.
there's a good no, those are why it can become
Mm.
no, name stereo blindness, stereo blindness. Sorry,
Mm.
yeah,
Okay,
Okay.
I have heard of that before.
yeah.
It's quite
Cause like
interesting. Like, despite that, you become a WebXR developer.
yeah, it's like the shoemaker is walking without shoes situation. Uh, yeah, I had
You should
some.
give a talk about that.
I had some like during my days of working of different stuff. I had some like weird issues where like I didn't notice some stuff, but by my clients that do see the correct way will need to tell me no, something here just doesn't work right. Like yeah, more than 10 years ago, I worked with a company that making smart mirrors. They had like flat screens, and on them they put the mirrors. So they wanted to make some stuff like with facial recognition and um, um, doing like lipsticks and stuff like that on the people that looking in the mirror, like to sell some lipsticks and some other beauty stuffs. And for me, because I see it as a 2D, it looks correct for me. But the actual issue is that when you project something on a mirror, it's not like it's sitting on your face when you are looking at that. It sits between your real face and your face in the mirror. It's like you have an object in between, so it's not sitting on your lips. And I can't
Yeah.
notice it, but someone with 3D perception can notice it. So yeah.
True. I mean, when developing for 3D, it's always, I mean, especially for WebXR, it's really important to think in 3D rather than 2D. I mean, recently I also made a shader, a glass shader, if you might say. I made it in 2D and I tested it in 2D and I was so happy. Then I kind of pushed it. Then on WebXR, when I tried it, it looks like, a photo.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
basically
exactly. Exactly, exactly
so
that. Yeah,
we, we kind of render it we have to render it in stereoscopic stuff. Yeah, I can
yes,
relate to that.
yes. So I don't notice it, like even in 3D. Like if I'm working on stuff like that and I see that, like warning, this shader, like if I'm buying something from the asset store and they say like, no, this is only for 2D, it's not for VR, ta ta ta. When I'm trying it in VR, I don't notice it, but then like when users actually seeing it, they're like something here is a bit strange. Uh, yes. What else? Like I recently doing like like playtest for a game of a friend, and it's like solving jigsaw puzzles, and I'm holding the puzzle really close to my face and interact it with in a kind of a way that is um, much easier for me to handle, while someone else will hold the puzzle much farther and will use the controllers with with array instead like of actually touching the puzzle pieces. um, so they saw me play it in the way that I play it, and they didn't think about uh, players that players will try to play it in that way. And then I explained them that, oh, I don't have like a depth perception, and they realized, oh, this is why you acted like that and not like that. And for me it's very natural, but for someone else it's like when they know, they realize, oh, this is also a valid way, but without that, it's amazing. The same, I guess, that I won't think about people with color blindness, but those also are
Mhm.
conditions that we can like have accessibility helps before like
Yeah.
when we are working on our games.
Yeah. If it adds to it, like there are a few projects in XRCC itself which focuses mainly on these issues. Like it gives us a perception of like how a color-blinded person would see the world. There's a project for that, and there's one project which helps us understand how glaucoma affects eyes and that kind of visual simulation. So it's like specially abled, but for VR.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, funny.
I mean, this kind of awareness application at least makes us, help people be aware of like there exist this kind of people in this world.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's amazing what you're doing all these years, like still not being able to pursue depth and making all this contribution to WebXR. It's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah. Um, I wonder like maybe like we can make a mode that show, I guess, for someone without the issues that I have. I guess it's like looking uh, like from a center eye, from both eyes, and then you might see the world like as a 2D image instead like of a 3D. I wonder if it's like effect that can work and can like show people uh, how I see the world.
Either we can just close one eye, then it would be same as perception, or in VR maybe we can render whatever is rendered to the left eye to the right eye as well. So possible, yes.
Yeah, interesting. Hmm. Sorry, I guess I kind of hijacked the talk.
That's all right. Yeah, I didn't have anything else to add on my end anyway.
Hmm. Um, so anyone is going like to the United XR next week?
I'm not. Where's that?
In Belgium.
Hmm.
What do they do with that?
It's like a big XR conference. In United States, you have AWE. If you heard about
Hmm.
AWE,
Yes, I'm aware
they
of
had like
AWS.
yeah, so they had like AWE in Europe, and they had another big conference in Europe, and they combined them both. So this is why it's united.
Oh,
So it's been a while since I've been out of my country, and like so I'm like
I
looking
think
for
Jonathan is attending it, I guess.
Jonathan from Wonderland.
Wonderland. Yeah,
The source code
I'll
number?
read. I don't know. I'll
that I'm not
reach.
sure.
I'll try to reach them and see, because it will be nice, like to meet more WebXR folks in
Yeah.
real life. Um,
Um,
yeah.
Also, I wanted to ask you, like, is the Meta hackathon still open?
I think so. Yeah, I think it runs until I want to say December 9th.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
interesting. I can be a competition.
Yeah.
I understand that you can like register your XRCC hackathon stuff to the Meta stuff and vice versa. Uh,
I think
Interesting.
the
so
I
Like,
think
do
the
they accept
specific
existing
category
projects or?
for the meta thing is that it needs to be built on the IWSDK.
Yeah, it was kind of bummer in regard to the WebXR stuff in the Meta hackathon because maybe we could use other engines to make stuff in WebXR, but I think that in other categories you don't have to use the IW SDK. You can use like some other stuff in WebXR for other categories.
I don't follow it right. Like, do they have some sort of restriction to particularly use SDK, the IVA?
From what I recall, the like category for WebXR experiences within the broader hackathon, like the specific wordage I think is like best experience with IWSTK or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like 30K for the best like IWSTK based experience.
Is there a way we can not opt out of using it and still participate in the hackathon?
There are other categories, so you can participate in other categories, I guess, if you are not using
Okay,
the
so what's
IW.
the
So, I would have to double
what are
check the
the
thing because I
requirements
know
for
some of
other
the other
category?
categories are native specific. So I'm not sure which specific ones you could feasibly do without the stuff.
Okay, because I thought that you can like
mean,
even the IW SDK, you could participate in other categories as
Yeah,
well.
let me look it up. Actually, okay, so right, submission checklist for apps built with Unity, Unreal, Visual SDK, or Android/native. So that's like one broad native category they've got, and then for apps built with IWSDK parentheses WebXR. Yeah.
But like, isn't like the bro like so you say that you can't use WebXR in the broader category where they said, oh, it can be this and this and this and this, but it can't be WebXR.
I guess the reasoning is because it's a meta hackathon. If you're gonna do WebXR, you gotta use the meta library.
Yeah, I guess. No, for the IW SDK, it's reasonable. Like I can understand, but when it's like for spatial stuff or for best game or for best you know whatever other categories they had, like I thought that it could be WebXR, but maybe not.
Yeah, we'll have to do the
mm,
WebXR Discord hackathon that I've wanted to do for like 5 years.
Maybe we can combine like WebXR hackathon with other hackathons. Like there's
Could do a
Ludum
collab with
Dare,
the Web Game Dev Discord, maybe.
and and there's like
yeah.
the Global Game Jam. And does the Game Dev Discord doing game jams?
I'm pretty sure they have in the past. I don't know how long it's been since their past one, but I do know the guy that runs it.
Yeah. Um, a collab with other servers could be nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's been a while since I
Uh,
did something for a hackathon, like since January for the Global Game Jam.
Mm-hmm.
can you guys just explain the IWSDK real quick? Like, is it a framework itself or like
Yeah,
some
it's a
SDK wrapper?
it's like a code ECS framework, more or less. So it's like built on top of 3 and Havoc for physics and UI kit
Oh, okay.
for in-world UI.
So basically, this hackathon is a huge push to uplift the
Yeah, I mean, I
IWSDK.
guess they're saying like, hey, if you want a chance to win $30,000, you better learn how to use our thing. Which, I mean, fair play. Like,
Nice.
I
Yeah, it
will
makes
try
sense
to
from
learn
your
it
point.
for 30,000.
Sure. And you're sure like the other category doesn't include WebXR?
Yeah, I think the specific wording is like Unity, Unreal, Android, etc.
The Unity has an exporter.
Yeah, if it's the WebXR exporter for Unity, does it count?
Hmm.
It's in
We are
Unity.
hacking.
Good
Yeah, it's
point.
hackathon. We are hacking.
Or you could do
Good
like
point.
a APK wrapped PWA or something like that. Here's my native entry, you
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, that's good. I can electron wrap my experience. It
Hacking stuff.
would be interesting, like if someone, yeah, it would be interesting, like someone does this and win the native competition.
Although, that does make me curious. How many people are actually participating in this IWSDK category?
Yeah,
I
you should
don't
be the
think
only one.
I don't think that there will be many, so I guess it's very like I guess whoever participated have a good chance to take the money.
Yeah, I'm looking now. So there's uh 2,159 participants in the Start Developer Competition. But I'm looking the specialties and the skill. Oh, okay. If I maybe filter by JavaScript, yeah, it's just showing the participants. It's not showing projects, obviously, I guess. But let's see. So there might be a decent amount of people, but I've only heard like a couple people in like the Discord kind of sphere that are doing stuff. Like I know Florian is.
Hmm. Maybe the Twitter sphere has more participants. I
Maybe.
wonder. I wonder. Like in the past, the Discord server was the people that actually doing stuff in WebXR. But I wonder if we are now like in a bubble and okay, we are in the WebXR Discord and we think that only the people here in the WebXR Discord doing WebXR, or WebXR became much more common than we think.
That is a good point. I used to like trawl social media like every like once a week or so, just like looking for new WebXR stuff. But I haven't done that for a bit, especially after moving off Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Uh, yeah, Twitter became a bit empty, and Blue Sky not getting near Twitter even now. So maybe it's because like there was COVID and everyone were online, and now most of the people are less online than in the past. But it feels like both are very empty. I don't see much like news related and most of the news that I see it's most of the time like new Splat thing, new AI thing, and less like a nice render stuff for web or and now a nice render stuff for Unreal or Unity. Um, like in the uh, like tech art field, it feels much more empty than in the past.
I'm so sorry. I just had to respond to my girlfriend about something. I missed the back half of your
Just rambling about like I see less and less tech art stuff in the social media.
Mm.
When we do see it, it's like it looks amazing, but it's much less than in the past.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like because it's COVID that we had like a blast of stuff, or because like the media is split now between Blue Sky and Twitter and people
Yeah.
showing this stuff.
Everyone's
I just want to
fragmented in
confess,
different
like I
places.
started developing WebXR back when the COVID started, like almost 5 years. So it was COVID. I was bored. Then I was exploring new stuff. Then I ended up in WebXR. So yeah,
I am the
let me
same.
continue.
Just before the COVID started, I started to work on the WebXR export. It was like few months before, and then the COVID started. It was
Mhm.
so yeah, most of the COVID was like working on WebXR stuff, and there were lots of like not just WebXR, but web dev and rendering and lots of like combinations of art and programming and rendering in the social media, and now I don't see much of that anymore. Not in the same volume.
Mhm.
Maybe
Like
we.
you noticing the same?
Yeah, I feel like I have. Maybe it's like the most WebXR movement I've kind of seen lately has been from Vipers. And I think that's
Yes,
because
yeah.
they're like actively trying to like encourage people to make things. But at the same time, I feel like they don't have great visibility for Meta Quest, like people that are on like New Tap, because I don't think there's like a direct link to many Vipers things, right? It's like
Yeah, if I actually do a Google search for WebXR games, like Vverse doesn't even come up on the first page.
yeah, it's probably like
Yeah,
KVR first, right?
but I don't think that people look for WebXR games.
Yeah.
People that playing games don't know what is WebXR.
Yeah.
It's not
Mhm.
like people looking for HTML5 games or Flash games or something like that. Like people looking for the games themselves. Like I'm looking for free games in the browser. I'm looking for something like that, and not the casual player doesn't know what is WebXR.
Yeah, I think like even people with a headset, it might not even occur to them that like VR game online is even like a category of things
Yeah,
to look for if they haven't like interacted with any of those things on the new tab page.
yeah, and I notice now from the like casual games industry and the hyper casual and the mobile games industry, now that the Play Store and the App Store allow for web, like for web payments by web, and opening a a browser-based store for in-app purchases. Um, I see now that publishers are more open for web-based games. They like realizing that all those years that they, because you don't really have like organic growth in the Play Store, in the App Store. You you end up buying ads in other games to bring users to your game. So if you already paying so much money to get users to install your game from the App Store. At the same time, you like can pay this money to bring people to play your game as a PWA or from the browser. So I do see like growth for web games from this direction. It's not massive yet, as I see it, but it's something that is like growing. I wonder, like, if if we will have something similar in the headsets browsers. Like, I know, like at least in the past, the MetaQuest browser was one of the most used apps in the Meta Store, uh, but it has been like a while since they like show, like, there was like the table of this is how many people playing Gorilla Tag, this is how many people playing this game, Beat Saber and Super Hot and stuff like that, and this is how many people are using the browser. It's been a while that since they shared something like that with us. Um, but I guess that people do still use the browser, at least, like, to go to sex sites or stuff like that, because yeah, this is part of the reason people using VR.
Yeah.
We can't ignore it. Uh,
Yeah, no, I actually, for a short period, I kind of looked into like the extent of adult WebXR stuff, and there was like a small pocket, also usually like tied up in Web3 stuff, also, but I haven't checked in on that side in a long time. I don't think many of those projects are still going at this point.
mhm. I wonder if like there's like a public place which we can. Actually, there is, like, there's the library for profiles, like input profiles, WebXR input profiles, that we might look at the stats there and see how many people downloading models from
Oh
there.
yeah. Yeah, I know Brandon's posted
That's a good
graphs of
hacky
that
way.
before.
Yes. Maybe we should look at those graphs again and see what is the current state of web and web, like of WebXR at least.
But you also have to keep in mind that like most half of the games might not use the input profile. For example, Pipo has this weird controller system, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, true. Now that like games became like more complicated and more uh, like have their own like styles and stuff like that, they will want to use their own controller. Yeah, that's true.
for example, in the case of iOS itself, like it's rigged avatar, so it's basically hand targeting rather than controllers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, interesting.
Anyway, I guess I have to leave. Like it's 3 a.m. already, and I
Oh
need to
geez,
get
yeah.
some sleep. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
go to bed.
yeah,
I guess
nice talking to you
same
guys.
here.
And
Good night.
Good night, guys.
yeah,
Bye.
see you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Chew.
All right, I guess I'll go ahead and call this for today.
Yeah, Was a nice meetup.
Yeah. Sorry I couldn't be around earlier. Had to deal with some stuff at the house that couldn't really wait.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, so see you all next month.
Yep. See you next month. Well,
Yep.
Bye.
actually, I gotta check what Sunday it is, because if it's too close to New Year's, I might not.
Yeah,
December
we can move
28th.
it.
Oh yeah, we could do
move
it a week
like,
early, I guess.
yeah. Bye.
All right. See ya.